What are some things that you didn't include in the first presentation that you want us to know?
I think the most important thing to think about the Speaking Center is these are amazing resources that you typically pay a lot of money for out in the real world that are tailor-made for students at Mary Washington. Also do a lot of working with people on individual skills, interpersonal skills, getting ready for an interview, or interactions in business and professional setting, thinking about small group interactions and working on group dynamics. There are so many different areas of communication that everyone has to work on, that we need to work on, and the Speaking Center is really ready to help with all of them.
What is your favorite thing about the Speaking Center?
Favorite thing about the Speaking Center would be the consultants. I mean, the consultants are amazing. I have a lot of fun recruiting the Speaking Center consultant, and they have a lot of great experience. They work with thousands of students over the course of the year. Over 99% have said the student consultants are very attentive, give them their undivided attention. 98 to 99% every year say that they would return to the Speaking Center, and 99+% say they would recommend it to other people. So when you have thousands of students come through and over 99% of them say they would recommend it to other people, it's because of the interaction with the consultants.
And speaking of the consultants, what is the process to become a consultant or to work here in other?
Sure, good question. What I really look for are people that are very interested in helping their fellow students. They really want to help students prepare for their class presentations and interactions and group projects, that are ready to go above and beyond. For people that are interested in applying, we'll recruit people as early as the middle of their first year, and we'll go through some training during the second semester, but the best thing to do is to contact me, Anand.
Last question is, we wanted to test your abilities of sorts.
Uh-oh.
We would like to give you a topic and see if you can present on it. The topic is apples.
Apples. All right. Well, if I were to think about giving a presentation about apples, and if I were working with you, let's say, and you're thinking about an impromptu speech on apples, I would suggest you develop 3 main ideas. Then you have an introduction, have those 3 main ideas, and then a little bit of a conclusion. So you might say something about, this is the day after the 4th of July, and what is it more American than apple pie? So maybe I would structure my speech around apple pie. And so I might say, hi, my name is Anand. I'm very happy to talk to you about apple pie, especially the day after the 4th of July. So the 3 things I like to say about apple pie would be how to get an apple pie, maybe the best place to buy an apple pie locally. Secondly, my favorite kinds of apples to include in apple pies. And then third, what's the best topping for an apple pie? So let's start with, how do you get an apple pie? Probably the best place to get an apple pie around here, I think, would be Paul's Bakery, because they make the best baked goods in town. I usually like their donuts, but I also hear good things about their pies, so I would recommend going to Paul's Bakery. Now, secondly, what kinds of apples would be best? Depends on whether you want tart apples or you want a little sweeter apple. I like a little tartar of an apple, so I would say probably a Granny Smith apple would be good for an apple pie. So if I were making the apple pie, I'd probably try using Granny Smith apples. And then the third point would be, what's the best topping for apple pie? Now, the 2 choices are probably whipped cream or ice cream. I think ice cream is the way to go. I think you have to have a good big scoop of vanilla ice cream right on top of the apple pie, but make sure the apple pie is warm, so that way you have a good mix of the cold and the warm, and that I think would make the best dessert. So that's the short impromptu speech that I think I'd probably help develop to talk a little bit about apple pie.